Art is tough. The title of the video was not clickbait. You've got line quality, gesture, form, perspective, values, the list goes on and on and on. And chances are, if you clicked on this video, you are dealing with or have already dealt with that conclusion. You know it's hard. That's why you clicked on the video. But listen, we're not going to get discouraged about this, because anything in life that's difficult is usually worth doing. It's like that saying, if it was easy, everyone would do it. And please name off the amount of professional artists you know personally. It's probably not very many. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about how to deal with it, because I deal with it as well. So this is honestly going to be me preaching to myself, and I'm hoping that it's going to help someone else as well. So let me guess, you buy new supplies every week, whether it's online or in person, and you get on YouTube every day and you watch videos on tutorials, sketchbook tours, whatever it is. But whenever you personally try to show up and actually draw, you can't. Whether it's uncertainty in your work, lack of confidence, in knowing that you're not going to be able to reference exactly what you want. You're not going to be able to put down what's in your head on the paper. Whatever it is, I deal with it too. I relate 100%. So here's some things that I've noticed that I deal with, and not hopefully, but you get what I mean. If you do too, we're going to break it down and we're going to fix it. So I'm going to say the D word real quick. Doom scrolling. You get home from work, you get on your phone, you get on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever your choice of drug is, and you start scrolling. Sometimes it's just your friend sending you a reel, and you're sitting there for literally like an hour straight, and you snap back to reality and you realize, oh my God, I just scrolled on my phone for an hour. Then you're mentally drained because it's a low effort, high dopamine output activity. With art and other skills like this, it's a high effort. You put in a lot of work and you get a high dopamine over time. It takes a lot longer, but with social media and the microwave generation is what my parents call it. We get everything so quick. That's why our attention spans are so bad. That's why there's not a whole lot of people on YouTube as there is on TikTok and other options like that. What we need to do is we need to set that aside, put a screen cap on your phone, whatever it is, whatever it takes. Tell your friends, I'm not getting on the game until I do my art for an hour or 2 hours, whatever your schedule is, 30 minutes, whatever. Just show up. And like I said, I'm talking to myself here because I'm dealing with playing Marvel Rivals more than I'm drawing. And then I go to bed at night and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't draw today. Or I only drew for 15 minutes, whatever it is. Next up is not having deliberate practice. You're sitting down, you're filling out a sketchbook, and you're just drawing a cube. You draw like 4 or 5 cubes, and then you draw the half of somebody's face in a 3/4 angle or whatever. Then you draw an animal. Then you draw a tree. Whatever it is, if you want to get good quick, you have to practice deliberately. And I'm not saying that sketching a tree and the animal and the head and all that is bad. That's fine. You're still putting in the time, but you want to practice deliberately. That has been preached and taught over and over again, that whatever your art goal is, you need to sit down and figure out, okay, what do I need to work on today? Whether it's a week of gestures, a week of landscapes, a week of perspective to really nail your landscapes. It really just depends on what kind of art you want to get into. Storyboarding, character design, comic art like me, which comic you kind of have to get good at a lot of things. So it's 1 week work on gesture, sit down for 30 minutes, do gesture poses, 1 minute to 2 minute poses. You just need to stop filling up sketchbooks to fill them up. And that's why I said my 1 year progress thing's gonna be rough if I do it, because my early sketchbooks, it's just sketches, like nonsense, literally. Like horrible gestures, one page. The next one is an animal. The next one is a building in a terrible perspective. Like, I never sat down and studied one thing for a while until I got it. And that's something I need to work on personally. So I'm telling you and telling myself out loud. Comparing yourself to artists that have been at it longer than you've been alive. That's something that I really deal with, because I compare myself to these comic book artists that are literally double my age. And I ask them, I talk to them at the convention, I talk to them in DMs, wherever. And they've literally been doing art longer than I've been alive. So it's like, why would I ever compare myself to them when I haven't even been at it a year yet? And I'm sure the same goes for you. Whoever you look up to, I'm sure they've been at it a whole lot longer than you think. And to the people that post like a 2-year art progress and they've progressed an insane amount, that can happen. That can happen. They might just be practicing deliberately and not just sketching nonsense and not thinking they know it all and actually seeking advice and all these things. So there is some people that can progress very quickly, and that's okay. But for the most part, it takes a long time, a really, really long time. And you have to accept that and just endure the journey, enjoy the journey. Next up is trying to reference photos that are already at like a level 10. Consider yourself, a 1 or a 2 down here, and you're trying to reference something that you just can't meet. The perspective's 10, the anatomy's 10, the shading's 10, the form manipulation's 10, everything. So then whenever you try to reference that, you're not going to get close enough at all to it. That's why a lot of people do master studies where they simplify it, or they get the artist's sketchbook where it's their, preliminary sketches or their literal sketches. That way you can copy smart. You can't look at a crazy painting and then try to sit down and copy that. It's not going to look good. Even if you were like a 4 or a 5, you were a lot better than what you are now. You can't copy those kind of paintings. It's just not going to work. And it's going to discourage you, and it could give you art block. It could make you just quit completely. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to reference. One thing I've noticed these days is it's a blessing and a curse. There is too much information online, just about. And I might, have people disagreeing, but I can think of that as a little bit of a problem for beginners, because, and I'm speaking about myself here as a beginner, I will look up one way to do something, and then the next day I'll look it up again to really reiterate it. Well, these two artists like contradict each other. So then whenever I go to draw, I'm like, oh, am I supposed to start with a box? Am I supposed to start with a ball? Am I supposed to start with the line of action? The list goes on and on and on. But really, all you got to do is find out what works for you by just pushing it away. Push away what you've learned for a little bit and try to draw from reference, a good reference, and figure out what works for you. Then if you hit a stumbling block, that's how you know, okay, I need to work on this. Go find an artist that you've already found good content about and it really clicks with you, and go and find a video on their channel that is of that topic. Try that one method, and if it still doesn't work, then look elsewhere. Don't do what I have done and watch this video, then this video, and that video. And they're like 3 different methods. So then whenever I go to draw a head, I'm like, oh my God, am I supposed to do a Riley Rentham? Am I supposed to do a Loomis head? Now it's just like, I kind of have my own system a little bit, that's like a combination of all of them. This one I've heard many, many times, and I just wanted to bring it up. You got to do the fun before the mentals. Fundamentals, you get it? Hey, by the way, look at my new Daredevil hoodie, bro. Y'all digging it? Got the double D's on my chest. Hold on a minute. Pause. He's like my favorite comic book character, so I had to show you guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, you have to have the fun before the mentals. You have to still take some time to draw some things that you like. You can't just sit down and only draw cubes and shapes and stuff. Like if you have a limited amount of time in the day, do a portion of shapes, form, control, perspective, whatever it is you're working on, and then also sketch something fun for you. And if you can, try and find something that is using that fundamental that you're working on. But if not, it's okay, because you still want to have fun. You don't want to get burnt out. It's happened to me once in my 1 year. It's happened to me pretty bad one time. That's why I said roughly 1 year. I literally was just drawing cubes and boxes and spheres and trying to bend them in space and all this stuff every single day, multiple times a day, and it just burnt me out. I was like, this is stupid. I don't like art anymore. Then I realized something clicked. I might have watched a video or whatever saying something like this, and I was like, okay, I need to just draw, a face or something, and it brought me back. There is no perfect video that's just gonna click in your mind and you're gonna get good overnight. It's just not gonna happen. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the effort. You have to draw. You can't expect to read books and watch videos every day and it's just gonna click in your mind. You have to actually do it. The most light bulb moments I've had in my very short amount of time doing this is when I was applying something that I was listening to, or watching or whatever. Whenever something is told you in a video, if there's something I say in this at some point, which I doubt it, that really like something triggers in your mind, go and draw. Go away from the videos and the books and all that and draw, because that's when it'll really click for you. And that's how you get good. But this applies to everything in life, You can't just watch videos and expect your brain to just, oh, I got it. Tough skills in life generally weed out the good from the great very quickly. There's like this, I don't know what the graph is, maybe I'll pop it up. It's like this intermediate slump that you can hit, and right before you start really clicking and going up, you give up. And it's because some people don't realize how hard it really is. Or there is people that separate from the good from the great, are people that think they know it all. They think, oh, I'm a beast, I know what I'm doing. And they never seek out more information. And when people try to critique them or give them some constructive criticism, they shut it out. No, I know what I'm doing. And those are the people that don't ever reach a crazy good level. So always be, willing to accept critiques and realize that this is going to take time. If you could get good at this overnight, we would just lose interest. That's just how we are. It's like a modded game. I don't know if you guys have ever played a game that was hacked or modded. I know I did. I had like little jailbroken iPhones and stuff. When a game's, modded, you get everything all at once. You can beat the game whenever you want. You have all the items. You're the best at everything. Nothing can take you on. You get so bored so quick. At least I did. I know most of my friends did as well. We would mod a game and then we'd get on and we're like, now what? This is stupid. It's the journey that's worth it. In conclusion here, art is tough. It is very hard. It is a long, long journey, but that's the best part. You learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about the world. You meet a ton of new people. Like, join a Discord or a Facebook group or whatever. Just about every YouTube channel has a Discord now, and you can find people in there like-minded, or go to local events, whatever it is. It's just such a cool community to be a part of. And this applies again to literally anything. Like, there is a Facebook group or a Discord or a subreddit or a local group, literally about anything. But you learn so much about yourself and the world through learning observation, because that is one of the biggest tools of being an artist, is observation. And I wish you the best in your adventures to come and the success in your mental battles as far as art block and different things like that. Hope you have a great day or evening. Check out my last video. I went over a bunch of tools that I use. I'm thinking about doing some more comic related videos. If you guys would be down to watch that, just let me know. It's probably going to come out either way, whether it be a new comic book day or an artist breakdown, whatever it is. I just want to get into some more topics on my channel. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.